welcome to a fresh campaign of Hearts of Iron, and this is a mod, the Dual Monarchy Mod by Paradox's Count Christo. So if you were watching the PDXCON Remix Grand Campaign, the Hearts of Iron edition included what was used on this mod, was played on this mod for a 10-hour, 15-minute stream. So we're going to emulate some of what was going on there. So as you can see, things are slightly different in the world. We have the Soviet Union as the Taraba Union. We have the Mamluk Raj. We have Ethiopia out here. Australia has been split into the British and French side, I believe. There is a lot of the Materigalitarianism going on, which we are part of. But as you can see, South Africa is on their own, and well, the Mamluk Sultanate, they have territory out in Egypt and Africa and Arabia and Turkey as well. Persia is one continuous realm, and we have the Islamic Republic of Andalus going on. Italy has taken most of the Balkans, as you can see. Francia, or Frank, CIA, has taken France and Belgium, it looks like, and a good proportion of Africa. And we are playing as the dual republic of the United Kingdom and Netherlands, and Denmark and Sweden are slightly different, as you can see. There is no Norway, there is no Finland. Iceland is linked with Greenland and Canada as part of the Maritime Republic of Iceland. We have the Great Plains Republic out here, along with the federally organized region of the Mississippi, of course. And the United States has the United States of South America. So that's how we stand. So there are rules to this. We do have I have set things up prior to the game actually being started. So we have rules that we have affecting. We had a public Discord Senate that decided before the game what things could happen, what things were going to happen in the game. So the Senate, public Discord Senate, decided on war domination by the Dual Republic. They would have a 10-minute break every 2 hours. So what I'll probably do is play a 2-hour stint and then leave it till the next week and to play the next episode. So if you want to leave decisions or make comments on what rules I've got wrong and what rules were not recorded by me professionally or properly, let me know. So we are gonna be doing what else? We're gonna be playing on speed 2 or speed 3. So speed 2, 3 continuously, no pause unless there is a battle, and we get a pause before a battle, I should say. What else is there? There's no building of military factories until 1939. We have to guarantee the Maritime Republic of Iceland, Poland, and the Great Plains Republic. Moravia was included, but I believe there is a natural decision that comes up. So Czechoslovakia is, as you can see, part of their territory is actually taken over by the Midzimor Kingdom. Probably pronounced that wrong, do apologise. Right, we've got one research slot that needs to be on Naval Tech all the time. So as you can see, I've set things up going already. We're going to produce a level 2 submarine hull. 20% of total military factories have to be on Naval Tech. So we've got submarines, an Ark Royal class aircraft carrier, destroyers and cruisers being built up. We have naval aircraft being built up, so that will account for everything at the moment. I might get rid of the tank because I don't really want that particular tank. We can upgrade that when it comes to it. Might change them out when it comes to time though. In fact, I should do that probably first, because I think we're going to be producing the what do you call it? The Matilda. So there are requirements on garrison units. So our occupied territories are currently using the colonial garrison at the moment. That is a 12 width. That's currently wrong then. So we need to do something about that, but we can't do anything not yet. So it has to be a 10 width. So we'll go to colonial garrison, and then we will go from there. There has to be a 20 width infantry unit, I think, by 1939. I think I've heard that correctly. And there has to be a 40 width tank division by 1942. Now, in the game, they actually went down the armor route of heavy tanks, and this is where that confusion actually sets in. I think the 40 width tank division was with mediums, but they went down a super heavy tank by 1942. So if you want a stipulation on that, let me know. We're going to carry on the light tanks at the moment, because we have got one light tank regiment out there, and it has to be renamed, I believe. It's only a tank brigade at the moment, so let's have a look. I have actually sectioned it off. It has to be called, or do you know, I can't remember what it was actually called. I think it was the Sneks. No, I can't remember. It was called a particular thing anyway, so it was a naming convention that they have to have. As regards to our commanders here, I've gone with the flow basically. These are all field marshals or people that are added in the mod. So we have got Netherlands and British commanders. We have got different ones that were included from previous games. So the previous games were Crusader Kings 3 and Europa Universalis 4 for these commanders. And of course, Midgeman, he was actually playing. We had Grugi, he was cavalry commander, and where else have we got? We've got Senator the King's Dragoon and Bruce the Sinai, and of course Sooty, yes, and Senator Charles, and we've got Adaway, he was actually hosting it, and then we had Daniel and Lenny and Ferdus O'Doggery, as well as Wolfkill. So that's my commanders as they are. I haven't got another field marshal, not yet, so we'll allow the points to continue before we actually get a specific field marshal. And our naval commands are sorted out with Admiral Cat, of course. He's going to be our Netherlands commander. We have Moderate Viking. He did really well in the campaign. If you watched it, you'll see how good he actually operated with the navy. So we've got him doing our main navy. I've got a caravan commander out to a Netherlands commander here because I didn't have enough. Senator Count Creso, this is his mod, so it's out there on the Steam workshop. So I've put a link. Well, I will have all the rules and the link in the description. Hopefully you'll find that below. I've never played with this guy, Benjamin Magnus, so I think he's one of the commanders that was worth using. Princess Iowa, she's going to be out there with our Far East fleet. And of course Bran, who has some awesome Torpedo, Silent Hunter, and Hunter Killer, as well as Seawolf results. So there we go. That's how we stand at the moment. So let's speak to it. And I hope you're well in the world. As I say, I will be conducting this on a weekly basis. So I'll do the first. We're running out of fuel. Damn. We will. And I am training things up, aren't I? No, I'm not. They are moving around. This is it. I needed to move things around. Did I get all of these moving out? I can't remember. I ain't going to move them to there so they all get back. Those are all going to be there. And then we've got the Atlantic and Caribbean commands that are out where they should be. Now that is going to, yeah, that will reduce my fuel, but it should help it out in places as well. Right, we'll keep an eye on that. I might just have to go up on my trade and just trade for a bit of fuel. And that will refill our stocks because we need to trade. So we've got a few things actually trained up already. So if you've ever dealt with the fleets, you know that you have got carrier aircraft on here, which are listed there. I never see anybody actually do this on there. We are filling them up at the moment, but they will train out with the fleet. Yes, you can have aircraft just out there and not train them up at all. But you really do want to train your aircraft up. Okay, this is where my fuel is being used in a couple of areas. That's fair enough. We've got really crappy fighters out there. There was requirements for having 100 aircraft out, and Midgman actually made a point of saying bombers should be used at like 60 in a unit. I don't know whether that actually is for naval bombers as well, and fighters should be kept to a minimum of like 400 within a group, so it has some effect on min and maximizing your resources. So King George V dies. Okay, as you can see, we're not actually stopping, we're carrying on. We've got 3 dockyards that we can actually use, so let's get some of these destroyers. No, well, let's build up that aircraft carrier first, and then get some of these destroyers actually put out. And they're going to be joining us out there. Right, I think we can start training these up now, because they've got at least half their number. So this particular fleet, I'm going to train it for a bit. So what do we need to do? We need to do a couple of things there. Just do that and then do that. All of the fleets are set to automatic split off. Right, the agency has been created, and as you can see, the spy agency is called SIG. So that was the Snek intelligence something. The community, maybe, and of course it was a snake insignia. We've got an operative just building up. We haven't got that many factories. I'm going to do that at the moment. We're not allowed to build military factories before 1939, I believe, and political decisions on these were actually made in game. We are to go civilian economy and up on the conscription when needed. We have to keep either free trade or export focus on. There's no reduction on that. Apart from that, other in-game decisions were made. We can give refuge to German and Italian scientists. Nothing was actually said about the conference. So, here we go. The Dual Republic Development Team. If you want to read that, this is the team that made it happen. Thank you to all of them. So very good. Victoria 3 win. Yeah, maybe at the announcement that is made at PDXCON proper. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of people did actually say in the forums, why wasn't Victoria 2 actually played in the interim period after Europa I can't say it, Europa Universalis 4. So don't know. Stellaris was actually carried on after this, and as we speak, Stellaris is being streamed right now. I will watch it on video on demand though, because I'm like that. I couldn't watch a stream for 10 hours straight, and I believe it's today and tomorrow there is a stream of Stellaris, so it will be on their video on demand. Hope you're catching up with it. I will try and do that. I missed out on Crusader Kings 3 and Europa 4 or EU 4. because I was committed. Yes, to an asylum. So we have to keep 20% of this production here. Currently we are, so we're fine there. And we build up. We're not building any people up at the moment. We don't have any, well, we do have kind of no placeholder icon images for those particular people, that they are people. We haven't got any infiltrators, so I'm going to stick with our historical people. Keep with these for now. Got more dockyards, that's fine. Let's carry those on the submarines. We've got another one, okay. Yeah, we're not allowed to produce convoys unless we are absolutely desperate for it. We've run out of fuel, which is not surprised because we are running quite a few ships out here. And a moderate has to be with the pride of the fleet, apparently. So that was something that was also mentioned in-game. Limited rearmament is done as the Rhineland is militarized. So we have got global defense. We're going to go down that route because we'll emulate what they did in the stream. So we'll gain some stability for a year with doing that. More free dockyards, nice to see. Let's just build those up. Oh, we've got another one. Okay, let's do that then. Yeah, we've got a bit of catching up with our naval bombers and carrier fighters, as you can see, but we've got an aircraft carrier that's coming out, and I've put all of the aircraft carriers, I believe, up to their proper strength. Yes, so there we go. So I built them up to 30-30 on both of those. How are they looking? They're still green at the moment, so we'll carry them on as best we can. I should have stopped that, to apologise. It's wasting fuel. And okay, we've got ships here now I can just bring out. And it's very hard for me not to actually just click on the pause button right now and just stop this, because I would be stopping it at this stage. If the decisions or what's going on with the computer just is a bit too much, I probably will just stop it for a few seconds. But if you've watched any of my other videos, I tend to just pause to assess tactical situations, and that's not the done thing, not in the stream that was going on. So who wants to see paused? It's good to analyse a front line, that's for sure, but I could actually just drag that down, but I didn't realise they were going to be like that. If I could grab all of the fully trained out there, I would. And I'm going to keep them on there until they are, well, better than fresh, let's say. We've still got that fuel situation going on, so I'm going to just reduce those. And where are we? Let's increase that trade a bit more. We're currently using 68, so and we're producing 32. Still not enough to actually get us on the increase. Okay, now it will. More dockyards, nice to see. They're going to come out into the last group that will be out there. That will actually help us out if I stop doing that. I just want a better fleet actually prepared for what we're going to face, because we are facing the whole world when it comes to it. This being our biggest fleet, it's best to actually get them started soon, and we get that naval experience so that we can actually do stuff when it comes to it. That is naval experience as well as research bonuses for Naval Tech. That would actually help at the moment because we gain more stability. We're going to need another research slot, that's for sure. So I will try and Now, the focus tree is not a typical British focus tree because we have got the Dutch influence here and here, and we've got an American influence here. So it's all things that you need to be aware of. But yeah, we need to come down here as soon as possible, basically, and get to there, because that will affect our consumer goods, because we are pretty poor when it comes to actually building anything up at the moment. But this is why we're concentrating on those factories or infrastructure. Right, we're coming up to our first political decision soon, and I think we can do that now because they are reduced. So we're going to go for our Senate workhorse. He was the first one that was allowed by the Senate. So if you want, you can act as my Senate and just dictate what things are going to happen and where. So one research has to be on Naval Tech. Battleships were not included. Destroyers, cruisers, carriers and submarines all were. So anything that is above time as well is not allowed. So what do we want to do here? We can do anything like these, basically. So not something like that, not at the moment. What's going to be beneficial for us? Well, both of these. Right, we do really want to get another aircraft, so let's do that. So as Britain, you really start off with 3 equipment-based tech that are out of date before you start. That is your aircraft, your tank, and your submarine. All things that you can do something about when it comes to it. We can upgrade our submarines as well. Oh, hold on, I've got a problem with the submarines here because they've joined the wrong fleet. I hadn't realised that. You should be there. Right, that fuel is coming back. Naval experience is coming up. I would like mine layers because I always do mine layers. So if you do forgive me, I will section some off. Yeah, we can do these. So I'm going to duplicate that. Mine lane tubes. Just save that, and then we'll have 6 of those changed off to that, and then we'll have them once we get dockyards back upgraded to mine layers. We are slightly off. I have increased our repair queue from 6 to 20 because I think that's going to be necessary with the amount of ships that we're actually dealing with. We have still got deficits out on our equipment in the field and lack of resources, so we'll try our best where we can. But yeah, that manpower is something that we can do something about when it comes to it. Because we're trading for fuel, it is hitting our requirements with factories, so that's why we're hitting the factories first. And then if we had any others, we'd be doing that. That's why I'm not carrying on this, not at the moment. Although I think they did once they got enough factories. But this is where that stability will help with factory output, dockyard output, and political power gain. We need to get rid of Edward VIII because he's affecting our stability at the moment, but that construction does actually help us. So we can't do that because that would be an ahead time technology. We can do this, and I believe dispersed was allowed. do like disperse, because when you're going from tech to tech, it does give you that efficiency. There we go. So we get more stability. We haven't got a decision to make on that. That is automatic. So he will be replaced by his brother, George. Right. So Field Marshal Podcat, he will be on our front line there. Not that it's necessary at this stage, but we'll be doing a couple of things. We will be denying the French to allow us to join the Allies, because we are part of the Allies, but they just seem to automatically join. There we go. So King Edward abdicates, and we get a stability change with George VI. So there we go. That's better. Well, it's just going to help out with our factories and everything else. So that submarine is that. I could upgrade that. I can upgrade that. So let's just get better torpedo tubes. I'm not going to build any of those, not yet, because we don't have the factories for them, not yet. We can't do the shadow scheme yet. We could do that, and we could do that. So carry down routes that we can. Yeah, we're just on the cusp. As soon as the political decisions are made out here, and historical focuses are on, so things will happen out in the Far East as well. Right, the majority of these are done, so let's just double check. They're not fully trained yet, but they will be ready to do their naval exercises once complete. They will be able to do their missions as necessary. Let's stop them. And where's our next biggest fleet that has got aircraft? That will be these guys. So let's get them out there, and we'll have them just do the same thing, basically. They've got a bit of catching up to do with their aircraft, but they'll get there. And that's not too bad on our requirements now. As soon as that gets a bit better, I will take down our requirements for fuel. In fact, I could actually do this at the moment. We've got HMS Eagle out there that's currently docked in Shanghai. So do that and get the aircraft carriers out of the way. Of course, Eagle could historically Eagle was an earlier carrier, so she couldn't carry as many aircraft, so get them just working out there as best as possible. Okay, that is the Spanish Civil War, if you hadn't recognized it. And yeah, I'm trying to remember the text that I have to increase while keeping to a maximized output of what we can actually do, what we can't. So the Andalusia area, so we've got northwestern Iberia, it's Iberian Peninsula, isn't it really? Currently, Spanish Civil War goes on. That's the Andalusia area, isn't it? So I think we can actually do a political decision at the moment. I believe he was allowed, but not at this stage. So what we're going to go for is just 10 more points to get our military theorist, so we can get some army experience. To build that up where we can. We're going to be going down on the industrial concern with Phillips, so that will be something that I would normally do that. but in the game they actually went for Philip. So I'm trying to emulate the stream as best as I can remember. So that was something that was done. I can't remember if they went for this guy or not, to be honest, but he will help us out with that army experience. And how are we doing on our deficits? Right, we do actually have infantry equipment at the moment, so I'm gonna get some more colonial divisions out to Africa. I'm gonna try and not make the same mistakes that they did in the stream, because they lost their ability to fight, which wasn't amusing, really. I think there is 2 ports there, so it would be best if we went for that one to start off with. And I'm not sure whether Ethiopia, I think Ethiopia was another area that had to be guaranteed. In fact, we'll make our guarantees. We'll make a guarantee the next one. So we do, I don't know, 1 political, 1 whatever, and then a guarantee, and then one of these guys maybe try and equal it out. I can't remember the order that they actually came out, but we've got command power being increased, naval experience is being increased. Good. Okay, a lot of these are actually trained up now, so let's just take them off that. Right, who else have we got? There's a few, and then there's a annoyingly there's things like that happening. Okay, that's fair enough. Right, he needs repairing. That's why he's not training. I'll keep our carrier going on, because I believe those, yeah, they're not quite there yet. Right, this needs to be Naval Tech. So, again, we can't do these because of time ahead penalties. So, I could do dosimetric radar. Well, when it comes to it, because that would be a Naval Tech. We can't do that yet because that would also be a Naval Tech classed as Naval. So we will do that. There's a couple of these that are trained up. Just try not to waste fuel. Right, what can we do? We can actually start the shadow scheme now, so we'll go down that route, and then that will give us our extra research slot when it comes to it. Right, I think I've got enough to actually start guaranteeing people, so I believe Poland was one, so that's 1 guarantee. Yeah, I thought it actually increases every time you do guarantee. So I believe these 2, let me just check. No, Iceland or Island, and I think these are also ones that need guaranteeing. But we will continue to build where we can. So this business of actually not pausing, there will be political decisions where it will stop on its own. So until it does, I think we just carry on. Yeah, we just need more political power at this stage. Build up where we can. It is a slower progress actually get running on speed 3. I tend to think that the computer has more decision-making power the slower it goes. So if you're playing on speed 1, I think the AI can make more calculations than if you played on speed 5, because thinking about it, the AI has to make your decisions and its decisions then 5 times faster, or it has 5 times as much time. No, 4 times as much time as if you played on speed 1. So it doesn't make sense. It does to me, but yeah. It's like playing in bullet time for the computer. I think it actually gains from that. Right, we've gained a bit more from there, so fair enough. 40 days, we're doing well on those. So we are, I think, getting rid of, well, not getting rid of, but getting the Naval Tech actually sorted first will probably help us. I'm going to do them last because they're still being built up. So let's just increase those. Let's have a look out here. Is it going down? It's keeping pace at the moment with that. Okay, so the Hawk Hurricane is done. We're doing a Naval Tech already, so we could. We can't jump the gun. We are still 1936, so we can't do those. We could do that. We could do that. All that. I think probably that at this stage. Okay, they're still being built up. Here we are, slowly filling that. So let's increase those. Now I'm putting them on there so they will actually stop when it comes to it, but if you've ever played with any mods, the mods don't actually take that into consideration because although the carrier is still going on, the carrier is still training its aircraft up, so well, it's training some of them off. I probably will stop that then and have that carrier, just join them so it doesn't train up so much. It should ease our fuel requirements a bit better than what they were. Now we could do a decision here and just give refuge to the Italian scientists. We've got dockyards, good. The Hurricane, yeah, let's allow for that. We'll nick some of those because we are building those up. I do want upgraded. As soon as we're in positive numbers of, I think I need another 50 of those for another group of those, but I think that will be one that we actually get rid of. So air power, naval experience, air experience. Right, that will increase our research speed here. And those factories that we actually get from this are not produced, not yet. They will be when we go to war. So don't think that we're losing out by doing that, because it's an element that you actually build into your future-proofing yourself. Okay, fine. And as we're building up infrastructure in areas that will actually make that construction of civilian factories when it comes to it faster. Nothing was actually said about including aircraft with your armies, so I will continue to do that. That's my playing style, it's not everybody's. But yeah, it does help, I think, doing that. The majority of those are done. I'm going to have to sort out these when it comes to it. Oops. Right, manpower has just been released. Nice. How are they doing? Well, there's only one of them that actually needs to train now, so we'll let him carry on. They're all done, so let's add them back to there. More research, and it can be anything that we want at the moment. So yeah, I'd like to be able to do that, but well, we're not doing that, not yet, and not those, not yet. How about some support equipment? I would like maintenance company with my tanks. Industrial efforts, that will help out with what we're actually doing on our industry. Those guys are going to be joining them. Probably add them all on there because that's a bigger front. And infantry division. Okay, so support anti-air, that's going to be the first one that we actually hit. Okay, we'll do that. Close air support is also out there. We can do more fighters, it looks like. They're only the crappy fighters though, I quite agree. We have got fighters all on there. They're all training. Let's get those going. They're all done. Those are done. Train them up. He's repairing. Okay, that's why speed 2 and speed 3 is quite handy for those kind of decisions, because it comes to it when you are not doing what you should be doing. Right, so let's get our Air Force improved. While we've got those fuel imports, we may as well use them. Now, I believe there was stipulations on aircraft that if you had a naval invasion going on, you had to have 100 fighters over that area. So this is why fighters are important. So we do have to have Scotland and Ireland actually protected as well. I'm not sure about here. I don't know whether we've only got one airfield and that's over there. It's not convenient, not really. I think probably a military high command will be necessary next. So another upgrade on there. We've still got Naval Tech going on. Of course, we can't do that. We could go down the heavy tanks if required. The light tank will be replaced by that. So that is something we could consider to do. Superior firepower was something that they actually went on to. So we could get that going now. And our fleet decision, if I just come back to there, on our naval doctrine, we weren't a fleet and being, it was actually required that we went to base strike, so that's something that we're going to have to do. On the air doctrines, there was no requirements, it was a player decision, so we shall do what we like. He's been repaired anyway, so we can join them. They're fixed. Or not fixed, but you know what I mean. Train. They've got quite a while to go. Right, so light tank. So wasn't going to do that. I was going to kind of do that. So we'll just get that improved at the same time. We'll get those improved when it comes to it. And it's going to be 1940 at this stage by the time we get our Ark Royal, so it's fair enough. I think all the repairs are actually hitting the Ark Royal, because I think it being at the bottom of the list, it gets hit with the lack of naval dockyards. Right, okay, so I think this guy, he's traditional for me to actually select when it comes to it with infantry, so I think he will be our next requirement. More dockyards, quite a few, so let's just increase those. And now we have some spares, so if we get our, well, we take them off that. These will be our mine layers, won't they? Yep, they're mine laying. So let's get them refitted. Let's just spread the love. Okay, yes, we've got political power that we can actually do, but not yet. Don't need another spy, not yet. But I do need to do decryption, so that is something that we're going to have to do. We've got one left on there, so how long will that take? 58 days. Right, this needs to be a Naval Tech, I believe. No, it doesn't. It can be anything. That would help. That's what we could do next for the Naval Tech. No, we're 1937, aren't we? Use your brain. Okay, that's going to give us that research slot, and we do Kenneth Anderson. He's up. Right, I think we're left. We've still got a. This is the Treaty of Fayetteville, and that is to do with these guys out here. So yes, there's the First American War. So there's something that actually built up there. I'm not too sure whether that's supposed to be a really bad picture of Daniel. Hearts of Iron QA fame, but I'm not sure. He actually debated it. That's Daniel's picture there, but yeah, maybe, don't know. Right, they're repairing, aren't they? So we've got heavy cruisers there and a light cruiser. Okay, so I'm not too sure how you've ended up there, because you should be training. You're not. They're fine. He's a liker, he's repairing, so he should stop when it comes to it. Yep, he has. Probably could do with a heavy cruiser on that one. Okay, that's kind of what I wanted. They're all refitting, that's fair enough. Right, hold on, what's going on here? So, Bulgarian rearmament negotiations. I don't know, to be honest. I don't think it really matters. Flaws. Right, that refitting of those has taken place. So what I will do now is, it's not correct on all of them. Don't know how they've got away with that, to be fair. What I want is an early destroyer. So one of these, let's have a look. Can we redesign it a bit better? Right, we've got sonar, we've got fire control. If we put another depth charge on there, that is going to be better. Damn it, I didn't upgrade them. Duplicate it, sorry. So, did I actually save that? That's the thing. I can't remember now. If I go to upgrade that, yeah, it's that one. Okay. 8 days, fair enough. Don't think I can actually do those. If you duplicate it, you actually get the upgrade icon. But if you mess it up, like I've just done, then you don't. And I do need to sort out that Naval Tech. I quite agree. I'll just do that. Get them on the go. Ready. So I was going to do Naval Carrier. So that's going to give us the Sea Gladiator. If it's the next one up, it ought to give you the Fulmar once you've done that, or the Sea Hurricane once you've done that. That's a bit of a no-no paradox. I wish you'd sorted that. I can't have everything, this is true. Let's go for Dispersed Industry, because we are doing both of those. Okay, so we can do that now. So let's form the department. Still building up those. Yeah, so you get that if you actually duplicate. But I don't want any more mine layers. Do you want you trained up properly there? You're done, so you can actually be upgraded. Right, was there any more? We weren't dealing with level 2 equipment or cruisers, and don't know whether I can actually do the pirate uprising in the Andalusian Civil War. Okay, that's fair enough. Right, okay, so that's got a level 2 engine. Okay, so we don't really want to do the ABC ones because they've got a better equipment layout. Okay. Gonna have to try and remember that. But yeah, all of these ships, let's upgrade them. They will operate better against the enemy, whoever that may be. Right, extra research slot, nice. We will go for that. Maintenance company's just done. Okay, probably do that at the moment. What else are we not doing? I think we're okay at the moment. It's this that I want to do. We can get military factories that way, so let's do that. That was allowed. What else have we got going on here? Just more of these that just need refitting. I hope the dockyards are not taking out a level 2 engine and putting in a level 1 engine, because that would just be crazy. I think we can do another independence slot. So how much will it be for that one? It will be 75 now. We could actually do that, but I think we ought to do another decision-making process. And let's get some more factories. Sure, why not? And just increase these. Well, right, no upgrade, so let's go for that and that. Currently we're not doing anything on that front, which is fine. It's all just upgrading stuff at the moment. He's refitting, fair enough. Our production queue is going to be absolutely massive at the moment. As much of those, if we can have dockyards just spread out just a bit better. I know I'm missing quite a few there, but well. As you can see, we've got hundreds to go through, so we've got a couple of dockyards, a couple of dockyard queues done at the same time. We haven't got that many spare dockyards. Where did all these come from? I didn't realise it actually gone down the list that far. There is a few, as you can see, so that is going to be a while before they are done. And that isn't the end of it, because they're only the destroyers, level 1 destroyers, out of a particular naval group, so that's better for getting through them. Right, so this is one of the things that did come up. France wants to join the Allies. No, not allowed. Chinese United Front forms. Do you know, I'm going to just decrease those so we get our destroyers out a bit faster. That's better. We can work on 3 at a time. Gloucester Sea Gladiator is done, so it's more naval tech that needs to be done. We've got the naval bomber side of that done, the Shark done, so what else? We could just get that changed over at this stage. Outdated equipment. See, gives you that, but it's the Sea Gladiator, not the Sea Hurricane, which is annoying, really. We will do that. That is our land doctrine. And probably do this guy next, because that will give our agency upgrade speed more, oh, no, sorry, less time to actually do. Just need a couple just to do it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay. And how are we doing on those factories? Well, yeah, we're going to work out those, aren't we? So, passive defense, at least 1. Wow, look at that for stability, 100%, nice. How are we doing with arms and ammunition and everything else? I think artillery is going to be the next thing that we need to do something about. We're still short on those, so we'll increase those for now. And we can't actually do it, not yet, that I want to do. I want to put more artillery here, so we have a 9-2 combination. Do want to improve that as well, because that's seriously just a tank brigade at the moment. Dispersed industry, because it helps us out with everything that's happening on here. We can do that now. So we could reduce our trade because we are full. We're still full. I read that wrong. Okay. We're not actually importing any. Okay, but we extract 23. Okay, that's fair enough. That's better. That gives us more factories to do more stuff. And that's going to give us more military factories, so we need to do something with them. That would help out with that. Research speed would really good. We can do these now, I believe, so that's going to give us more. Well, it's going to take away Stanley Baldwin resigns, as Neville Chamberlain will take his place. But yeah, we need to get rid of that. And I'm going to put a rush on those at the moment, with more arms when it comes to it. We'll allow those to upgrade for the moment. And we'll do that. Another agent. How are we doing on time? We are coming up to what would normally be an hour for me. But this is a 2-hour stint, so some intelligence on that guy. Now what we're aiming for here is oh right, we can actually do that, get another one going. It's going to give us 4 in total. Yeah, so what we're aiming to do is an intel operation within Germany if we can. But we're going to need support equipment, factories, and infantry equipment to do all of the above. Okay. And build up our artillery to do the next upgrade. You're done. Okay. They're all fine. Let's put them back. You're a light cruiser. Okay. You can join him then. Amelia Earhart survives and she circumnavigates the globe. Good. Right, they're all done, aren't they? So, yeah. Okay, so we could put some of our close air support with our troops. We have got another one there. Spy aircraft is another thing that we're going to have to think about. I do like the recon aircraft because it gives you intelligence and helps you out with your battles when it comes to it, so it's stuff that you need to be aware of and need to do something about. Right, have got any more naval bombers? We have. Okay, so I'm going to nick those. We'll get them up to 50. And then we'll do something about them. Still building those. Good. They went for decryption and machine assisted decryption, but they didn't do anything with encryption. So this was developers and gamers that were doing this. So I don't know why they didn't do that, because that actually encrypts your own side. But for now, we'll go for the 4 along the top, please. And we could start giving some bonuses out, I think, to our chaps and chapesses. So concealment would be probably quite good for him. United Front has been enjoined. Hold on. Got Bratton, what's he got? He hasn't got anything else you can actually give him, but he's full anyway. US Congress passes Neutrality Act. Yeah, let's ask the Belgians how that really panned out, because it didn't, not really. So again, we've got time penalties there and there. Marines was something that they went for. We could do that. We are doing that. Naval Tech is being sorted out like that. I've just mentioned that, so let's get that going. Nancy, wait please. You are up. You can join the foray of spycraft when it comes to it. So cruiser captain, so he would be quite good. Well, hold on, this guy could do mine laying. Right, okay, might nick him. Johannes Theodorus Frusner, okay. Johannes, you are up when I can find you. Yeah. How else have we got? Apart from Oscar, I think the others... Oh, I didn't really want him, to be honest, but we got anybody with kind of like... I don't know. He's out in the Caribbean, so... let's give him. I think the emphasis was to get as many of the player counters actually done on that as possible. Right, we're going to need these at some point, however, no, we can't do those, not yet. We're doing that one. Egg Doctrine we could do, and we could actually get that going. That would probably be the one to go for. You may disagree with me on that. I may just ignore your disagreement. Right, to get onto there we need... right, that's going to take our stability down quite a bit by doing those two, but let's increase our manpower with that. We could get more actually into our divisions by doing this. We don't have enough of that, but we will make up that deficit when it comes to it. Yeah, there's only 370 only. 76 days. Okay, not too bad. If we take that down, just add those onto there. How are we doing with our factory output? I think we're Okay, so far. Still got loads and loads of destroyers, as you can see. They're just doing that little upgrade task. Will we get them out before we go to war? That's the thing. We could do that. Let's just increase that research speed even more here. But now we ponder and we wait. So these are guaranteed. Moravia is going to be guaranteed by, I think, a decision when it comes to it. Island, we've guaranteed these. I think that's just these then that we need to guarantee, and that's 75 points that I need. They're building up. Okay. Not actually importing anything. Oh, good. Air Force. And 1 day for another operative. Okay. Right, operations. So, we will have the ladies, I reckon, going on this. One factory over 90 days, that's fair enough. And we'll have that guy just carry on his little run. So as you can see, it is the German Aktiengesellschaft instead of the German Reich. So we don't have their usual leader. We do have Karl Claudius, but they are mercantilism, whatever that is. The French, they do have their... Oh no, it's Leon Blanc. They are Materigalitarianism, the same as us, I believe. Yes. Okay, so that means something to somebody somewhere. Probably. Maybe. There's no more research going on, so this is a quiet period for us where we can reflect and contemplate on what we need to do. They're not quite there yet, so they're still being built up. Anti-air is something that we're going to need to increase, but that'll be a support company. Oh, we've already done it. Okay, fair enough then. We won't do that. We could actually do that. Take them down a bit then and just increase on there. Yes, a bit of jiggery pokery when it comes to it. We ought to do that. That and that and that, to be fair. I'll do that one because that's a traditional one for me. So I'm trying to be my playstyle linked with everybody else's. Oh, it's only anti-communism when it comes to it. It's not a problem. I think we ought to be training up a bit more men because we've got the equipment now to do more standard template divisions. So if we do 10, just down there please. And let's start training people up because I'd like a bit more experience, please. Yeah, listen up. This is how it is. He's infantry expert. Okay. Don't really want to put them all on because that will be adding to the deficits that's out here. Tactical bombers we're okay on. Really want to reduce the amount of old equipment that we've got there, but I don't want to put our people under pressure. How are we doing on the plane? Okay, fair enough. And what is that? That is that. Okay. We've actually improved that, so that's not an issue. And as you can see, there's still loads and loads of things that need doing. We have got another aircraft carrier out there though now. So where did he go? He went there. Has he got enough aircraft? He has. So let's get him being trained up. Every man will do his duty. Is it too early to actually do a removal of Naval Chamberlain? I don't know. Well, we could do that, so I think that's something that we ought to do. Maybe if we get annoyed with the decision about Czechoslovakia, we can say that it was Naval Chamberlain's fault and then just remove him at that point. Maybe. I'm just saying it's something that we could consider. We ought to get another Field Marshal. So this is the guy out in Africa. And... right, okay, yes. So I think they used Sooty as a Field Marshal. Because you can. Don't ask why. It's normal to have a puppet as a Field Marshal, surely. I'm going to put him as charismatic because he is above everything else. Very charismatic. Easy wizzy, let's get busy. Yeah. It's only going to get mad from now on, you realise that? Okay, yeah, we do need more troops out there, I quite agree. Haven't got the manpower for it yet, so we may have to just exhaust that supply. Okay, artillery, 82 days. Yeah, that's because we're asking for all those new units. Okay, as soon as that is actually filled up, we'll get rid of the naval bomber and maybe put that elsewhere. We could put it on there actually. Fighters is something that we're going to need to improve anyway, so bye bye swordfish. While our new carrier is still out there, actually training up, we'll probably keep that one going. Oh, it's repairing at the moment, so I can't actually see. They have got enough there, but I don't really want that to be going into the I would like to say the red, but no, it's not red, is it? Carry those on. Carry those on. Yeah, they're actually... see, it works on those, but it doesn't work on ships, so I'm not too sure why that is. Right, that's our improvements. Down to, I think every man will do his duty is why we've actually got the bump on there. What's going to be our next thing to do. We were looking at getting to there, weren't we? So we need that. That's going to help out because that gives out civilian factories, that's infrastructure, those are all going to be helpful. Okay, haven't done general rearmament, which we're doing that right now, so okay. Knew that was a prerequisite for that. So we could go for another political decision, or we could go for Chief of Army, or what are we researching at the moment? We're doing that tech, aren't we? If we did Naval Tech, because that would actually help us out, and it's going to be Pacific or Atlantic, that would help with our research speed because we have got that going on all the time. That's going to give us range on everything, whereas that gives us just HP and armor and heavy attack on a couple of items. So I think that one base strike is done, so we'll come back to Naval Tech now. We are still 1937, so we will do both of those really. I could have actually spent that naval experience there, but a better bomber maybe? Better bomber maybe? Or do we go down there? It's 100 days on those two, so logistics would be good for our troops out in the east. We can't do any of those. We could do that though, although we are doing one industry already, so better bomber. Let's do that, and then we'll do that. That's going to give us a few options at sea then. If we can get all three of those techs done, that will help us out. We're okay on those, aren't we? We're okay on those. Yep, we just need stuff now. That's part of our long-term battle. That is not good. We've got an agent captured. Okay. We can do that. We'll send the other lady in because she'll know where she is. Thankfully this guy didn't get caught doing that though. Let's give ourselves a bit of a boost with doing that. And that. We're okay at the moment, but we are going to be increasing everything when it comes to it. That is something that we're going to need to do. Wow. Who ordered all of those? General rearmament done. Okay, do we get any bonuses out of... No, it's just dockyards, isn't it? Okay. So, need to do that. And we could do with doing that, because that gives us research speed of 7%. So, that would take that research speed up quite fast. So yes, we would have 5 research slots. We are getting from our territories abroad research incentives. We've got scientists, Italian and German scientists also giving us help there, but it is all going in the right way. We ought to do this as our last thing, and then just get them out of the way as our independence guaranteed. Do you know, playing on speed 3 is tiring. It is really tiring. Okay, they're back at sea. Have they actually done that? No, this is the danger. If you go back at sea, that doesn't actually activate. So it's annoying as hell, that is. I don't know why it does it, but I know that it does. So something that you need to keep an eye on. So we'll have 3 carriers, it looks like. You're not trained up for some reason, don't know why. At this point, have we still got any cruisers? There's still 2 cruisers being trained up there, but we could do this now, just get the majority of those trained up. We have got the fuel for it at this stage, so we ought to. And those are done now, so let's do that. They're trained up, good. Yeah, that's those. It's all looking good. It's not looking good that we're using Whitley bombers. If you know anything about the Whitley bomber, you know that's not a good proposition. That's not what I wanted. It's that I wanted. Those are done. Good. We're going to be changing the tank brigade when it comes to it anyway. But let's get some more troops out. We've got 500,000 at the moment, so we ought to be getting some more troops out into the field. I think we probably ought to go down the Marines route as well, because they did on the stream, so it's something that was looked as if it was a requirement. So I would have thought you would be necessary to go there, but oh right, okay, that's not that. That's fair enough then. Don't do that then. Do that, because I think you're probably needed up there. In fact, there's another one that's needed up there. So there's a lot of Northern Rhodesias on there. As you can see, Ethiopia still exists, and there's no war for Italy there, so they're not going to get any bonuses out of that. The Anschluss of Austria doesn't really exist because that was already part of theirs anyway. So that's not too much of an issue. This now will be not too much of an issue because we'll do that. And here's our troops. Let's just get them trained up here. Okay, I think a radar network would be handy there, along with anti-air, and then radar customary in those places, please. Where is it? It's there, isn't it? 44 to 108 divisions, but this will tell us a bit better information because we've got 58% on this. Okay, so yeah, I want to mine round, well, anywhere that Germany really wants to go. So it's either got to be there, there, and there, or into there. But I think they would get killed there. I know that is our territory, but oh, damn it, haven't got enough naval bombers. That didn't work for some reason. Thank you. Right, we can reduce that now. Let's keep that on there. Let's get those going. How are we doing on our vehicles? We're okay on those, so we're going to need to add those. Okay, we're going to have to trade for aluminium. That's annoying. Any aluminium here? We have up in Scotland, so could get another one of those going. Right, my naval aircraft. They're still training up. They're not quite there yet, so that's fair enough. They're definitely not done yet. Oh, he's badly damaged. What the hell he's been doing? He's been running into sandbanks, probably. Right, that's good to see that we're actually getting through those, but it's taken a while. Let's do that. Let's get that research speed up for here. Yeah, that's all of those that's training up that's causing that issue. How are we doing on fuel capacity? We're not brilliant, to be honest. We could do with some more. So I'll build that after those because they're self-defense requirements. Dockyards have come back. Okay, so we can do... We've done all of those in there. So let's upgrade those. God, this is it's a different way of thinking, not just automatically just hitting that pause button. And I don't know whether you've done it yourself, but I'm finding it pretty hard. Okay, I wasn't going to do the ABCs, wasn't I? E, F and H's. This was a standard format for what the war production went like within the UK, so don't think that it's just Hearts of Iron specific. This is what the war production of destroyers was like in the UK. It is historical. Okay, I think I can do those. There are some rains, so I don't have to do those. How are we doing on there? Okay, we're coming close to really what I want on here. I want maintenance on here to start off with. Yeah, it does affect them just slightly, but not a lot. Right, they're both done, so let's just add those to that group. These Dutch ships are falling foul, which is not so good. Okay, yeah, it would be good to get all of those. However, yeah, we can do these now. So that would be also good to do because that's going to help out on here. there's anything else we can actually do there. They're all going to work out, aren't they, when it comes to it? Right. We're not actually producing any new ships at the moment, which is... I'm not too sure whether that was a no-no within the game, but we are refitting all of these, so I will try and not break rules here, but I am using all of the dockyards, so pardon my French. Right, they're all ahead, aren't they? Yeah. If I did that, we could actually add that to our cruisers, aircraft carriers, and the like. Oh, what was it Mordred actually said? Mordred Viking, he was on about the submarines, and he actually puts snorkels, instead of snorkels, he actually puts he puts the what? He puts the radar on the submarines. And right, safecracker. Yeah, let's go for a safecracker. Can we go for another operation? Make resistance contacts. We could do that. We've got 3 people to actually do it, so hopefully they won't recognise it. You don't get nothing there, so there may be a possibility of burning an asset though. We've got something happening within our country though, which is not so good, so I will do that. Just increase our detection rates, get MI5 on the job. What they're actually called in this is anybody's guess, because I don't think they're called MI5. Right, what are we producing? We are not doing anything there, but we ought to have somebody on our infantry equipment, because we are producing these. Firefighting drills, that's our Naval Tech. Although that, which is it? It's that one could be classed as our Naval Tech. We've got anything else that we can actually do on that? We've got that I ought to do, but that would probably be beneficial for our army. So I am going to class the decimetric radar as Naval Tech. Heavy tank, let's just get rid of it. We won't produce it. And we've got enough naval bombers now for a bit of excess, so yeah, okay, let's do that. Where do I want them though? That's the thing. I'm gonna need, I don't know. I'm going to need loads of equipment at the end of the day. Okay, that is Bulgaria joining in talks with the Germans. Right, where are we? We're down this little tree here, so we need to concentrate on what's actually going on and where. We could bring Winston Churchill back now. To go for a no, or we could let's do that, because that's going to help out. I did pick the right one there, didn't I? Yeah, so that I need both of those to do that one. Those are both 70 days though, just to get to that. Could actually do that as well. How are we doing on time? We've got 20 minutes left. So I hope I haven't bored you silly. We are working up towards a different confrontation with a major power. Right, you have not stopped training for some reason. You're supposed to stop. You haven't. You are ready to boogie, so let's add you to him. Get you across. So we'll probably go for Marines next. Get a Marine template coming on. We ought to reduce that by 1, so that is a 10 width now. And our occupied territories, yep, it's on there anyway. It's fine, I hear you cry. It's fine. Podcat? Yes, let's have you on that. Add away, have you got anything? I think I've checked yours already. No. How about Sooty? I think we've done Sooties already. What about our generals out there? Have they got anything? Sure whether Daniel had? No, he's working up towards a field marshal anyway, so we have an offensive going on. We might use another tank commander instead of him. They're fine at the moment. Okay, the majority of those are actually trained up, so let's just get them over there. That's fine. Can only see that one. That needs upgrading. Okay, we are getting there, and yep, we are working out our fuel supplies quite nicely. They were done, weren't they? Yep. Research. I haven't actually got my aircraft out there, so I've got some PR planes, my photo reconnaissance, and we've got 2, so we could just do all of that. As is my pleasure, I like to get photo reconnaissance out with my troops so that they are available on the front lines for their spying activities. Yeah, we need to build that army experience up. I could just section a couple of these troops off and just get them running completely like that, but that's kind of a cheat. I don't know whether that was the done thing or not. Right, this is giving us infrastructure in these areas, so that will help out when it comes to the front lines. They are pretty good anyway, but that will help with supply. So, and that anti-air will help with defending our property. I don't think any forts were put along the front line, but I could be mistaken. And what else have we got going on here? Yeah, I think that was actually selected, but that would probably help with anybody that's in our area. And we're on our last Naval Tech now, so let's get those running, and I want them in the, well, I want them in that theatre, to be honest. If I if I put them there and then get the new ones actually running into there, we could base them. Oh no, it doesn't make any difference. It's where they actually come out that makes the difference. Anglo-Dutch Theatre 2, so they will come out there. Now, if you've been watching my other stream, you see that I was having problems with ships out there. Oh right, he hasn't. Oh, he's repairing. That's fine. Right, what do we want then? We've got upgrades on our ships and everything else. So we've got decimetric radar there, so we could upgrade a couple of our... hold on. What are we doing research-wise? I've got no naval tech actually being researched at all, so could not do that. I could do that. Yeah, so we have got some cruisers and everything else that's out there. So it's our level 2. Well, if we put sonar on there and give them radar, maybe that would be better. Or fire control. No, that one looks okay, to be honest, doesn't it? Cruisers, how are we looking? Right, we need a better cruiser. Okay, so duplicates. Radar, fire control, and secondary armament. We'll have some of those. And well, they can come out to here. They can train up there. Right, got to be careful what I'm actually selecting now, because we haven't got to do anything that is ahead. So could actually, yeah, we could get that going. Haven't got anything on there, have we? We've got air doctrines that we can do. We've got that we can do. We could get our next guy here, political guy, when it comes to it. Please, thank you. Right, so submarines, cruisers, and destroyers. Just have a whole flotilla. Oh, what's that called? Dual Republic Reserve Fleet 1. That would be better. Okay, that's the German cipher decrypted. Nice. Let's move to the Italians, because they're not in any faction, but I bet we are going to meet them, because that is a traditional thing that I think is set up within this particular mod. I think. Error is set up. I think it's... Damn it, I didn't do Marines. Damn, I could have done that instead of that, but never mind. Okay, so Marines is going to be next then, after Computing Machine. Marines, do they class as Naval Tech? Maybe, maybe not. They're on a mission, so I can't do anything there. 5th of September 1938. Okay, nearly there. And it is complete. Nice, well done. We haven't lost anybody in that process, which is good. Right, okay, so here we go. So this is going to be a big decider, and this is why I've now paused the button. So let's just stop that. So one of the things that did happen within the game was the Czechs were guaranteed. So Czechoslovakia must be defended. That's going to affect our political power. So we're going to do that. And this will mean going to war with Germany. So how are we looking? Well, equipment wise, I think we're okay. We could do with some more close air support, I think, being produced. So I'm going to ask for that. Ask for that. We will get 4 military factories come back from doing that. Can I do that to that? Oh, hold on, we've just lost it. Okay, because it went on to the close air support, which is fair enough. Military gear is fine. We haven't got enough to do what I want with our tank brigade at the moment. How about our infantry division? Anything else that we need to add to that? I don't really want to be nicking their equipment from here, but if it comes to it, we may have to do that. We ought to get some more troops out. And we will have them out here. Light tanks. We need to upgrade our light tank division, so we need to put infantry on there before we do anything with it. So I don't really want to have another one of those out there. Cavalry and infantry are fine at the moment. We've got 16 divisions at the moment just to face off against Germany. So that's going to be a push. Let's have those. Have them with him. Right, Midgeman. He was an invader, so we'll have him. And we'll look about doing a naval invasion. So I think this was on the boards. Can't remember what I've done where now. That's fine. We will give those two to him and just deselect them, reselect them, and then they can do. I think that's going to be the toughest opposition there. So let's do that. We're going to need fleet support out there, so time this quite nicely doing this. We'll have you two on strike force out here. You lot should not be there. You should be operating out there. So move it. I do want you lot. Now this is the thing. Do I have mine laying out here? Where am I going to catch the most of German supplies? If we don't do there, then we've got to do that. Because they'll come either that way, and that way. If they don't want to go through the North Sea, then I have to go there or there. So I will. Don't really want that. I wanted to separate it into 3, to be honest. But never mind. I can do it like that. So they are going to work there, there, and there. And let's see if we can catch German ships there with mines. We'll have these do convoy escorting. Well, you should actually be based there, so your job is to do that, and they will help in that region. We've got a naval invasion order going on, so those 100 aircraft there, they can do that, and I believe that is their mission to do that. We will have these guys do that there, and then right, they can protect southern England. Who are these? What are these? They're moving. They're bombers. Those are naval bombers. Again, we could have them. We could have them do that. That way they will attack anything that comes out there. They need to be doing Northern England and right, we've got these. Okay, so let's have those. They could do that. They can do that. Right, bombing missions. Okay, well, Northwest Germany to start off with. I don't know whether they'll attack the ships in port there, but a port strike. We got Kiel Canal on there, so I don't know whether that will actually affect that. Not that. We'll do that, that, and that, because it is Germany after all, so you do really want to affect their supplies. Those are going to be doing that. We can do Western Germany from there, so I'll have those do that. Right, they're moving up. So there's 2 areas that's actually covered. Right, I thought I'd got another bomber squadron there. Not those, that's... out of range at the moment, okay. But we'll move them when it comes to it there. Right, that might be a big call for them to do that. Those 2 can do that. And that is it, I reckon. Let's have you. Can't do it again. Damn it. Okay, want some convoy raiding going on, and there, and there at least. With anything that comes into those areas, which will back our troops up. Why are you not all doing that? Thank you. Right, these are out here. I'm not sure where I'm going to need them. Likewise, I don't know really where I'm going to need them. I'm going to need these on convoy escorting because these are out in the Caribbean. So we'll have the coasts because we've got 4 areas, so we can do that. We'll have these on Naval Invasion support. Just on there as well. That's going to increase those for striking areas. That will be... We could split that fleet up, have them work as... They're out here, so they could do those areas. So if I split that fleet up and then have them do those areas, that's those 3. We could have these on patrol here. Okay. They are going to be moving out to Wales, and then once they're there, we'll have them train out there. That is it so far. I think aircraft-wise, everybody is got missions. They will have missions when it comes to it because they're on the aircraft carriers. It's only the Far East Fleet that we don't have anything on. They want training up. We will have to have more fuel, so we'll ask for that to start off with from a couple of places. Yeah, we're just building up that there. That will be fine. Right, okay, 2 hours-ish. And that is it for the Dual Monarchy mod, part of the PDXCON Grand Campaign Twitch stream. We've done our first 2 hours. If you want to leave a comment, like, comment, subscribe option is going to be optional with this, as is all the videos. But if you want to leave a comment with this on if you see any discrepancies that I've done so far, if you think something needs to be rectified, or if you see something that wants to be done in future episodes, let me know. And I will see you in the next episode of HOI4. See you later. Bye.